All right. Hey, it doesn't matter if you start a business from scratch and you have little or no experience. It doesn't matter if you went and got a doctoral degree. It doesn't matter if you went and got your MBA. It doesn't matter what your degree, credentials, or anything else that you may have thought makes you qualified to actually go out and start a successful business. The fact of the matter is, no matter where you are, they lied to you. The two biggest mistakes that every single business owner, every entrepreneur, every salesperson, every expert, every coach, every consultant is told when they're starting out is, hey, you got to do two things. Who can guess what they are? Number one, you got to build a better mousetrap. You got to just create something that is so good. And so the builders out there, the operators out there, the creatives out there spend all their time, money, effort, energy, and probably way too long perfecting the thing in order to build something that people will love. And then one day they open up shop and it's crickets. Nobody buys. It's actually the number one reason why most book authors are completely broke. I mean, they spent more time writing books like this. I'm guilty of it. When we wrote this book, I spent a year and a half on the book. And I never tested the market. I never asked anybody if they actually cared about a book called Time Collapsing. Would they actually go to a live event and buy something? Would they actually join a mastermind after I created the book? All of those things, no one told me, or I was already an experienced marketer at the time. I just completely was blind to it. It was right in front of me and I didn't even think of it. However, when I ran a simple little quarter-page ad in a dental trade magazine that said, hey, would you like to know the best way to get pre-qualified, pre-educated patients who pay, stay, and refer? ? Call this toll-free recorded message hotline. And I had leads like you wouldn't believe, and they were ready to buy. They didn't care what I wrote. They didn't care anything else like that. They just want to know, could you get me patients that are pre-qualified, pre-educated? And we were able to. so as I've shared in other videos, it took me a little while to figure out the best ways to do it, but I would have wasted years if I actually thought that I had to get better and better and better at getting people patients to launch that business. In fact, I'll tell you a quick story on that. I'm going to come back to it in about 2 seconds. But the second biggest lie is you got to get your name out there. You just got to get your name out there. Just tell everybody what you're doing. Tell everybody what you're doing. Be really good at it. Last week at an event that I spoke at, I said to the group, I said, listen, how many of you, and it's home care health business owners, right? But this is true in every single niche and industry that I've ever worked with, is that you believe and you think that, hey, if I do a good job and if people like me and they trust me, they're going to buy from me. But that couldn't be further from the truth. And I'll test it out right now. I said to the group, I said, how many of you know people, or no, people know you, they like you, they actually might love you, but when it's come to get home health care provider for their families, they went somewhere else. Okay. 90% of the room raise their hand. When I go in to speak at like professional services, I'll use dentists because I was in that industry for 13 years. And I'd say, hey, how many people know you, like you, trust you in the community? You're getting your face out there. You're getting your name out there. But when it's time to go choose a dental practice, they go somewhere else. Okay. So what gives on that, right? In fact, it's actually funnier because I said to the group, I go, how many of you, actually, it's even worse when you have people who are already patients or customers or clients of yours, but when they want something that you already provide, they go somewhere else. Okay. And so the two lies that you're told is build a better mousetrap and just get your name out there. And those two lies will keep you broke, frustrated, hitting ceiling after ceiling after ceiling, plateauing your business, wasting time, money, energy. And if you are in a business that requires capital to keep it going and keep it alive, or you have expenses and overhead like everybody does, or if you truly want to make an impact, then you have to switch the flip the switch and do something different. And so let me tell you what that is right here. So the first thing you got to realize is that nobody cares how good you are at anything. All they really care about is, can somebody solve this existing problem that I'm dealing with? Okay. And so one of the first things that I ask clients that come in, or coaching students that we have, in fact, we have a one offer away challenge coming up. You can click on the link below. It's in one of these comments here. It's at offerwingman.com/challenge, where for 5 days we'll walk through what you really need. And it's that you need an offer that solves a problem and communicates it in a way to your dream clients so that they come to you eager, happy, and ready to buy, happy to buy from you. Okay. So one of the first exercises we do is we say, hey, what problem are we really solving? I know you're really good at that. I know you're really good at helping people grow their personal brands, or I know you're really good at being a consultant in the manufacturing industry. I know you're really good at helping people buy more single family homes. Okay. But the fact of the matter is, most people, when they start, my daughter brought me a cup of coffee. Thanks, Reese. Most people, when they start selling those items, are talking about everything we do. Here's the 12 booklets you're going to get. Here's our library of information that you get to be a part of. And that's more about just getting your stuff out there. People don't want that. What people, I'll pick on the single family home industry, for example. They might not want to scale past 100 homes because they may be stuck at 60, and they might be hating their life right now because they have no structure. They have no time with their kids. Their wife is wondering, why did they get into this industry or this dream that they started building when the husband's away all the time. So the biggest pain that guy is in right now is he needs to eliminate the stress, worry, wonder, doubt, inadequacy, and have an easy button to get out of that trap. So if you came to him and you said something like that, I'm going to show you how to escape the dark side of doing the single family homes, he's going to be like, what's that? And then you lay it out for him. The dark side is you think you got to do it all on your own. And by the way, I'm not a single family home expert. I'm just telling you that, like, this angle right here in any niche, the dark side of blank is going to bring people that are curious. They know they're doing something wrong, and they're wondering why am I failing at this? Or why is this not as successful and as easy as it should be? And that opens the gap for someone like yourself to provide your expertise, to provide transformational insight. And that's where you build trust that leads to a transaction, not just somebody who knows you. Like taking your shirt off and showing everybody how ripped you are. I mean, I guess that's okay, or showing your cars. I mean, that's not bad, because if you're marketing to that 23 to 33 year entrepreneur, that's what they value. But it's not appealing to a large majority of the population, and it doesn't humanize you, and it doesn't really solve their problem. Okay. I'll tell you a tale of two different experts, right? So I hire mentors all the time. I think one of the smartest things you can ever do is just purely through osmosis, get around people that are further along the journey than you are, simply because what that allows you to do is, through osmosis, you start picking up on their filters. It allows you to ask different questions. And in my one of my roles is of helping people craft a better message and clarify their offer so people want to buy their stuff. And that's any business, by the way. I don't care what you're selling. Clarifying an offer and crystallizing your message is the business you're really in. Okay. But what I see is there's two different tales. You got a tale of a guy over here who's like, hey, I'm going to show you how to get cash flow in the door right away. And here's the 2 steps to do that. And then after we do that, I'm going to show you how to do XYZ. Like, it might be how to clean up expenses that are just sucking out. I'm thinking of someone really specifically right now who's a phenomenal expert. I'll talk about him on a future training. And he's very systematic in how he teaches. So he's solving a really specific pain point, a really specific problem, and he's getting a lot of people who want to be in his ecosystem. And he's giving them multiple different offers that they can enroll with him. Now, when you do that and you're very specific and it solves something, that's where the people go from, I'm looking for my wallet. that's where people go from free content or a small transaction to leaping into high ticket, because you bridge the gap that money can't really buy. And if they're willing to spend $15,000, $25,000 on a mentor or coach or to be in a mastermind, you're not telling them to be in a room with more people does not intrigue them, because they have to now invest more time. So you're taking time from them to be in that room. You need to have a transformational moment. Okay. Now this relates to every business, and I'll start giving some more examples. So leave a comment if this makes any sense at all, first of all. So if I can create a transformational moment, my ability to have price elasticity has just increased exponentially. And what's price elasticity? Price elasticity means that when a prospect comes to me and they're looking at two different types of businesses, if I can move them into a competitive vacuum through really good quality education, whether it's YouTube videos, whether it's social videos, but it's content that transforms and creates insight. It's not content that boasts about you and makes you elevate and look status better than them or better than 99% of the people. That's cool for about 3 seconds. After that dopamine hit wears off, we're looking for something. How is this going to transform my business? Okay. And so when they come and they do that for you, the price elasticity of your business, they're not worried about the price as much as how are they going to make it happen to be in your ecosystem. When I spoke at the Home Healthcare Business Summit last week, one of the things, a comment I made was, if say you charge $30 an hour, and if you increase your prices to $35 an hour, that's only a 15%. Let's just go 6. Like it's only a 15 to 20% increase in your actual fee per hour. But it's a complete 100% increase in just all that $6 is pure profit, which goes to contribution margin, which you can put in your pocket, or you can add actually more services into your business. You can do a better job. You can hire more people, whatever that might be for you. But it's a strategic advantage. And so you say like, well, how do we out differentiate ourselves so that we don't have to deal with, we're charging 36, they're charging 30. And I said, well, you got to create the transformational insight. Now, how do we do that? We create an ecosystem, and I'll talk like we create YouTube videos. We create education on the biggest questions they're asking that solves their biggest worries, concerns, inadequacies, fears. I mean, this is a loved one, right? They're gonna be dealing with somebody who's a loved one. Now, same thing happens in any business. Now, I'll give you just the coaching business. It's obvious because everyone's wondering, like, is somebody a legitimate coach, or is it somebody a legitimate expert if I'm going to spend time and follow their instructions? Okay. But in dentistry, for example, like I can, to this day, I still think like it's an underserved solution, which is they should all have their own YouTube channel. They should have the 10 to 15 questions that the people ask when they're looking for dental implants, cosmetic dentistry, sedation dentistry, sleep dentistry. Go through your niche, go through your entire business, comb through it. And ask yourself, when you go to your socials or you go to your website, am I actually clearly solving a problem and then answering all the questions before they ever get to me one-on-one? And the reason is, at the end of the day, that sounds like a lot of work. It's not a lot of work, or maybe it is a lot of work. I don't know what it is for you. But the fact of the matter is if you're going to be in business and your number one job is to market, advertise, promote your business so that more people come to you over and above everybody else, then you have to understand the number one thing that people want, which is to solve their most pressing, urgent problems that they're dealing with today. And that might be a pain thing there. But now if you're looking at a growth audience where people are already successful, they want the slight edge, they want those things, then it becomes even more important to create transformational insight content that moves the needle. Now, I'll back up a step and we're going to talk about a couple different types of content that will move the needle. Most people, when they sell, they focus on the least quality customers or clients that are coming to them. It's just what they do. It's like, well, how do we grow? I don't know. Let's go after people. These are the people who need my services and products, right? That's going to attract a lot of bad customers to your business, because we don't really want people that need your services. We want people that want your services. And we also want people that have money. And we also want people that are willing to pay for it. And we also want people that have proven in their past that they're willing to invest in themselves to get certain results. I'm just giving you all the criteria right there, guys, right? So to those people and to people with money, they have different things. It may be an identity play. Like they're trying to, it's an identity play, but maybe they're looking at like, well, why am I getting dental implants, or why am I getting cosmetic surgery, or why am I paying more for something? Because fact of the matter is that some people just want to pay the highest price for all services. So if you want to charge more, you got to understand who your target market is. Go after the people who are happy to pay more. Okay. That's number one. And what's great about that, by the way, is when we talk about charging more, let's talk about premium prices for a second. When we talk about charging more, what's great about it is that you justify your price by saying, yes, of course, we understand it's more than the rest of the market. It's because we invest in you more than the rest of the market does. We're putting into our business our cutting edge technology, the world-class team, world-class training, so that you get the best stuff. Now, if you want all the average of the road, if you want all the middle of the road, people that are just looking to cut costs and just bring their margins to the least amount to provide the most minimum services for you and your loved one, your family, well, there's a ton of those people. So I don't know why, you can go find them. They're easy to find. But people that invest more and go to, the ends of the earth to make sure that we're delivering above and beyond for you, that's the class we're in. So if you want to work with that type of person, then you're in the right place. Okay. So you see how the language pattern works. There's other ways to do that, but that's a really good one. Just acknowledge why we're more expensive than others. Have it out in the open. And then you help them make a good decision by walking through how they should be thinking and what questions they should be asking. So if somebody right now, like for example, is looking to invest $30,000 or $50,000 into their dental care, like, I use dentistry a lot because I'm in that space, right? Or I'll give a different one. Let's just say it's an expert business, because that's a really good one. And you're looking to get people to jump into your mastermind at $25,000. So my question, if you were a client of mine, is first thing is I would ask you is, so what happens after I join? Okay. And what problems are we solving? And if you say, well, we're just getting them into a room so they can mastermind with more people, I would say that was a really unique strategic sales pitch 20 years ago, but it's not one. I mean, everybody needs that, but what they want is to solve an immediate urgent problem pain that is in their life right now. And so what I would ask you to do is just go ahead and list them out, 1, 2, 3, stop there. I mean, you can go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but then prioritize it to 1, 2, 3. Okay. So like in a business investing coaching club or network, a tribe, you're building a business, right? What do these guys need? They need somebody to review an offer. They need to find their first deal. They need to get connected with funding partners. So in the first 72 hours after you are in our group, this is what's going to happen. We're going to jump on a training. It's called our fast action training. It's going to pay for your entire investment. I guarantee it. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk through these 3 specific things with you. And you got to make sure you know what their priorities are, by the way. Okay. And we're going to customize to that. And then we're going to link you with 3 options for funding partners. We're going to we're going to review your deal. Like if you got a deal that's worth $500,000, a few $1 million, you're trying to make a decision on that. Is it worth $25,000? And maybe they're doing installments, so it's only $2,000, $2,500 a month for you to sit down with the expert to go through that exact due diligence process. And then I would compare that to, like, if you went out and hired an attorney and an expert that doesn't even know you, doesn't really care, is just looking for commissions, but they're going to charge you a flat rate of $1,500, $3,000 per hour. And then they're going to give you your advice, but then they're gone. We're sticking with you. We're hip to hip. We're making sure you see how that different of a pitch that is. So, in business, if you can show that they're going to get the end result faster, then it's going to increase your trust and accelerate the transformation and then your ability to move on to whatever else you want to sell in the business. So to wrap this up, two biggest lies people are told are, number one, you just got to get your name out there. Number two, you got to build a better mousetrap. The fact of the matter is that we want to build a better, we want to have the best of both worlds. We want to build the better mousetrap, but we also want to have the best marketing, advertising, and promotions in the world so they know about you, so you can impact more people. We want to create a better message. We want to create a better offer that attracts them like bees to honey to your business, right? And if you want to do that together, you can check it out. There should be a link around here. Join us in the One Offer Away Challenge, and where we'll help craft that message and clarify and crystallize your offer so that you're not on your own trying to figure out this on your own. I've always felt like, people, really, really bright people, really, really good marketers, really, really good salespeople, when it comes to their own offers, it always helps to have someone else and other people help you walk through that. And I would say the biggest mistakes I've probably made in my business is that and it's actually in the book, Great by Choice, he talks about the downfall of most businesses is hubris, which is like cockiness, or you start buying into your own hype. And I don't say that in a negative way, like, oh, you're being, it's just that you create blind spots because of past successes. And so in this One Offer Away Challenge, it's like $97 for general admission. And you're going to get some of my best stuff that I've ever created over 24 years, just to help eliminate some problems that you may face and make sure you're not stepping in some, landmines and blowing up your offer in a negative way. And really, so you can help more people and impact more people. So that's number one. Number two, getting people into your business. That was the other thing I want to share briefly, and then I'm going to cut this off is, there's two different types of offers. There's price-driven offers, and then there's usually condition-specific offers or symptomatic offers. And so when you run price-driven offers, if you're a local business, it's usually what happens, and even in the supplement business or any other business, or like, hey, it's a $5 offer, it's a $10 offer. That's price-driven marketing. Like you'd go, here's the solution, here's what we're selling, and here's the price. They're jumping on it because it's an impulse buy, and it doesn't require a lot of vetting of the know, like, trust, credibility. Okay, that's why book offers are really, really good, and free webinars are really good. Small things that get people moving, because you're leading with price, right? Condition specific is where you really, really can call out the present pain, and you're attracting people who are more in immediate need of what you're trying to deliver, or they have a lot of questions. And that's where really the credibility and helping people come through a funnel, video, education-based training, and selling goes in an enormously long way. And there's never been an easier or better time ever than to be able to provide that. One of my clients, great guy, started just creating content for his YouTube channel in his law firm, and it grew his criminal practice by like 1.5 million just from his free content that he's given away. And the craziest thing is he's getting now paid from YouTube for all the people that keep watching his videos nationwide. So even if you're a local business, you can create value, and then nationwide you can get paid AdSense commissions from the YouTube people. So that's it, Ed O'Keefe. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Leave a comment. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Share it with somebody who can help. And again, offerwingman.com/challenge. If you want to work one-on-one, just check me out over at offerwingman, but zero pressure. I mean, one of the other things too, guys, when you start running a lot of content like this and you start bringing people, you're going to start getting leads from people out of the blue. It's going to feel out of the blue because they watch your video, and it could be videos you shot 15 days ago, 15 months ago. Because we all go down that rabbit hole. So that's it. Get people to come in your door, create better offers, solve more problems, and impact more people. So Keith, have an amazing day. Talk to you.